This statement is not and cannot be a comprehensive statement of rules. Ministers need to exercise their judgment and their common sense in complying with both the principles and spirit of the standards and their letter. Ministers must recognise that while they are entitled to privacy in personal matters, they occupy positions of great responsibility and public trust. The public has high expectations of them in terms of their personal conduct and decorum. Ministers should be very conscious that their spouses and children sacrifice a great deal so they can carry on their political career, and their families deserve honour and respect. Ministers should also recognise they must lead by example. Values should be lived. So as you will see, I've today added to these standards a very clear and unequivocal provision. Ministers, regardless of whether they are married or single, must not engage in sexual relations with their staff. Doing so will constitute a breach of the standards. And while this new standard is very specific, ministers should be acutely aware of the context in which I am making this change and the need for them always to behave in their personal relations with others, and especially their staff, the staff of other ministers or members of the Australian Public Service, with integrity and respect. Now, I think we all know that Barnaby's error of judgment, that is the foundation of the woes that have followed, particularly for his family and indeed for his new partner. That error of judgment is something that, for a very long time, people in this building, and indeed even in the press gallery, have regarded as being a personal or a private matter. And I have no interest in prying into people's personal or private affairs at all. I'm not here to moralise. But we must recognise that whatever may have been acceptable or to which a blind eye was turned in the past, today, in 2018, it is not acceptable for a minister to have a sexual relationship with somebody who works for them. It is a very bad workplace practice, and everybody knows that no good comes of it. So, and of course, you know what attitudes in the corporate world and elsewhere are to this kind of thing. So it is about time that this change was made. Probably should have been made a long time ago. But while I've inherited this ministerial code from other authors and other Prime Ministers, ultimately it is my signature on it, and mine alone. And this is the standard that I will hold from this day forth all my ministers to.